George Kilpatrick, Inspiration for the Nation. We are so pleased to be joined by Dana Sovakul, the Vice President for Human Resources for the Oneida Nation Enterprises, a new partner with Inspiration for the Nation. So thank you so much for this partnership. And one of the reasons why we're partnering together is because there is an opportunity. There are opportunities for employment at the Oneida Nation Enterprises, and we want to make sure that our audience is aware of those opportunities and how diverse those opportunities are. And so Dana is the guy, he's the go-to guy, right? He is the person who has the information, and let's talk about that. But Dana, your journey at the Oneida Nation Enterprises, let's take a second to talk about that.
Sure. Well, first of all, thank you, George, for having me. We're very excited to get to talk to your audience. I've been with the Oneida Indian Nation for just over 27 years now. I started right out of college in a human resources role, which is what I went to college for. You never get to do what you went to college for, right?
Right, that's a good thing, right?
Exactly. So I started in recruiting, so I know a little bit about kind of the opportunities here, and had my chance to work through various roles in human resources, and have been in this position as the Vice President for Human Resources for the Oneida Nation and its enterprises for about 10 years now. And I just can't say enough about what opportunities exist here. Obviously, we started from more humble beginnings, and we really are a world-class, diverse organization now that it's like working for a new company every year, because there's always something new. There's a new opening, a new business, a diversification. I have no problem kind of talking about the wonderful opportunity that exists here.
And so the biggest crown in the jewel, jewel in the crown, is the Turning Stone Casino and Resort, right? That's what most people would associate with the Oneida Nation. But there are other entities as well.
Yeah, so Turning Stone obviously has been around all 27 years now. I actually started aligned with Turning Stone. It's our Forbes 4-star, multi-award-winning, 2 spas, 5 golf courses, all the gaming, the hospitality. So that really is the shining star, but we have so much more to offer. And you remember that before there was ever Turning Stone, there was the Oneida Indian Nation.
Sure.
And that started with a bingo hall. And still today, that bingo is now incorporated to Turning Stone. But there are jobs here to support the Oneida Indian Nation members. So there's a whole government structure with healthcare and childcare and education, and the Oneidas are teaching the Oneida language again. And so that section, first and foremost, in serving the Oneida members in a lot of those governmental roles has openings. And then certainly Turning Stone, but now we have Point Place Casino, we have Yellow Brick Road Casino, we have the brand new the Lake House at Sylvan Beach that just opened this summer. We have a chain of retail convenience stores and gas stations, our Save-On and Maple Leaf markets. And Maple Leaf is, if you haven't visited one of those stores, they're just beautiful stores.
And what's in the mix? So 2 things. Tell me about the Sylvan Beach property, because I don't know about this one. So you just gave me some information.
Yeah, well, so we are in a prime spot, right kind of in the corner, if you know Sylvan Beach, right on the beach. Beautiful sunset facing, largest patio you'll see down there. And it's, kind of the quality that the Oneida Indian Nation represents has been invested there into a beautiful property right on what was the midway there in Sylvan Beach. And so we've got a small a slot parlor, 100 machines, and then this beautiful indoor and outdoor seating with restaurants and bars. And so a small property, but just one that takes wonderful advantage of the beautiful Sylvan Beach area. And you won't find a better sunset dinner around down there. So that just opened here at the end of July.
And obviously we're in the midst of a pandemic, so probably limited operations for a lot of the properties. But what about, and what was the Maple View Markets? What are those?
Maple Leaf Market is, yes, Maple Leaf. So beautiful, beautiful brand new stores. We have Chittenango, we have Sylvan Beach, we have a Sherrill location, and they're really kind of, they fit the central New York aesthetic. They kind of have that Adirondack look and feel. They offer a broader meal selection, so grab-and-go meals, although those are available at all of our locations with Turning Stone branded food. So all of the wonderful restaurants that Turning Stone and some of our other properties have are now available for take-home, right, in Maple Leaf Markets and some of our Save-On locations. And so you can, especially during the pandemic, to be able to stop in and get a ready-to-cook meal, a ready-to-heat-up meal from one of your favorite Turning Stone restaurants. And so when you think about those opportunities, we have a very large commissary operation that's preparing those now. So it takes kind of our resort culinary into the next step of this quick grab-and-go area as well. So, but Maple Leafs are beautiful.
Let me just reintroduce you. Dana Silvercool is the Vice President of Human Resources for the Oneida Nation Enterprises. Of course, they run Turning Stone, YBR, as they call it, Yellow Brick Road,
Yes.
Chenango.
Yeah, we got cool. We're YBR now.
Right. At Point Place, which I saw for the first time last week. I was doing a bike. I did a bike ride at the bike ride on the Erie Canal State Trail. And on our way back, we came down 298 through Bridgeport because I hadn't seen where that, and it's right there at the intersection of 298 and 31, by the way, for people that want to know. And I first time I had seen that. So let's talk about specifically, Dana, the jobs that and careers that might be available for people to consider, and how people, because one of the reasons why you came to us, quite frankly, is you're looking to expand and include and improve the opportunities for people at the enterprises. And the other thing is you're hiring right now, right? So this is not theoretical. Sure. This is like right now in this moment you're hiring. So let's talk about what are the careers, or what are the jobs, or is it both?
Yeah, I think it's both. Yeah. And I think it's, I just want to touch for a second. You mentioned it during the pandemic. It's an interesting time for organizations to be hiring, and we certainly have a lot of public-facing positions. And so for us, the reason that we are continuing to hire is because we take the safety of both our guests and our employees extremely seriously. And we've been able to be successful and be really creating great jobs, even in light of this. We were closed for a period of time during the pandemic and have reopened and just committed ourselves. We know that nobody's going to come here unless they feel safe. That's employees and guests alike. Sure. And so we've created a comprehensive safety plan. It's for all of us, like our everyday, it's a little different, but we are really committed to that safety. So you can come to the nation knowing that we have everybody's safety at heart, first and foremost. So beyond that, there are still a few things that are not open within our diverse line of businesses, but by and large, we're working hard to get back to usual. So world-class hospitality, that's what we're known for. So whether that is hotel operations, culinary, food and beverage positions, but gaming especially. Sporting is coming back here. We've got our new sports books have just opened within the last year, and they've reopened at our properties now. And I think that's the thing. People come and they see our big properties, but they don't always think about all of the positions and careers that exist behind. And for Central New York, even though we've been around for 27 years, gaming is still a new idea for careers. So whether that's table games, being a dealer, slots, sportsbook, poker, bingo, these are great jobs. And they're jobs where we have 35-year bingo employees, because that's been the first gaming that the Oneida Nation did, where people have made tremendous careers here. So there's good income potential. There's wonderful benefits here at the Nation, full health care, 401k plan with a 5% match, great paid time off. So those really are careers. And I think people sometimes are a little afraid of the gaming component. But table games, for example, you can come in, we're going to pay you to train to become a dealer. So we'll help you learn that. What you really need to be is friendly and outgoing and want to create a fun experience for our guests. But we'll teach you all of the gaming side. And once you get in, because gaming is still in its infancy in some ways in our area, there's tremendous opportunity for promotion. We have seen the stories of people moving into management in our gaming areas very quickly over, a few-year time frame where you wouldn't see that in some other industries locally. So if you have aspirations for management, those are great. But the other thing that I still get people saying all the time is they forget about all of the infrastructure that it takes to run the nation. So all of those professional positions. So, I'll speak for my team. We have a human resources department of almost 45 people. Mm-hmm. We are really on the cutting edge more than ever from a technology standpoint. So some tremendous cybersecurity and marketing and communications and finance positions. We have a very large accounting and finance department that you see, and lots of opportunity for that within gaming. So, so all of those roles that people sometimes say, well, wow, I never thought about how many people actually are at work doing those professional jobs in the organization, mm-hmm. and those are jobs we have available right now today. Obviously, we've opened since 2015 now 3 new casinos, and we've also put slots in some of our convenience stores. So all kinds of, some people look at Turning Stone and say, well, geez, that's so big, it's a little intimidating to me. Well, now you really have that experience of, yeah, I'd like a little bit more of a community feel at a Yellow Brick Road or a Point mm-hmm. Place, or even within our Save-Ons or Maple Leaf Markets. But also, I would say one of the things that people sometimes worry about if you're coming, for example, from the Syracuse or Utica market is that commute.
Yeah.
So now we have opportunities that are closer to think about. And I'll tell you, I've been doing the commute for 27 years. It's not so bad.
Right, down exit 33, right?
There you go. Exactly. So nightlife too, that's one of the areas that hasn't really been able to back up yet, but some tremendous opportunities there. So talking about careers versus jobs. If you're looking for a career, this is the place to be. But I will tell you also that the nature of our work, 24/7, 365 days a year at many of our operations, means that if what you're looking for is to pick up some extra cash
right,
on a weekend
ask
job,
about that, the part-time opportunities.
Yeah, I think it's a great part-time on-call. We have an on-call status. So yeah, I want to work the events, or I want to work for this season in golf because I winter in Florida or whatever those things. So many of those types of opportunities. And while you may not think of them as a career, what I will tell you is the amount of pride we have in our organization and the amount we do is that I don't know that anybody really thinks of it as just a job.
Right.
When we talk to our people, what they love most is the people that they work with, and they really build these strong familial connections when they come to work here that I think even in on-call people makes it more than a job.
So Dana Sovacool, Vice President, Human Resources at the Oneida Nation Enterprises, Turning Stone, Yellow Brick Road, Point Place, Maple Leaf, and Save-On. Got it. And Sportsbook as well. So let's say somebody's listening to this right now and they want to take advantage, because Dana said they're hiring and they got jobs open right now in a variety of areas. And if I want to go on the gaming side, I could be trained. But if I want to be on the administrative side, I get this opportunities from tech to finance to even HR. So what do I do? Go online and start filling it out, and then I put a code. Heard on Georgia's show, Dana said call.
Yes, you do. Actually, there's the referral line in there. Absolutely.
Please say you heard it on this show.
Yes.
Yeah, please do that.
So I would tell you, I think one of our really strong initiatives is helping people understand what kind of the universe of Oneida Nation Enterprises is. And with that, we've launched a brand new website. It's ON Enterprises, so Oneida Nation Enterprises, plural, mm-hmm. .com. And that is a kind of a one-stop shop to really see everything that the nation has to offer, and it will link you to individual websites. We have a lot of websites out there, so you can certainly go to Turning Stone or YBR or Point Place or even the Oneida Nation website and get all those. But onenterprises.com is a great place to really get acclimated to kind of the world of all of the nation's operations, and you can connect right there to apply online.
So the other thing I was thinking of, Dana, is maybe just hearing this conversation, I don't really know what I might want to apply for, but I know what you just said to me sounds interesting. So is there a way for you to, because I know when I apply, you want to know, well, what are you interested in? Well, I don't know. So is there a way for us to, is there a way for the individual to not really know, but they just want to be in the pipeline to start a conversation?
Absolutely. So what will happen is you can just pick any job, even if you're not sure if you pick any job, it gets you into our system. And
Okay.
one of our recruiters is going to give you a call and talk about that. And or if you're not sure, you can always call and talk to a recruiter first to get some guidance. Our administrative offices and our career center is located right in Oneida, the city of Oneida, at Dreamcatcher Plaza. And so you can stop in there, apply in person, and somebody will help you walk through there, or you can give them a call, 315-829-8900. And that's right where our recruiting team sits, and always glad to talk to somebody, but just get that application in, because that's going to get you started in a conversation with somebody.
So if you want to call, it's 315-829-8900.
That's right.
And that's a phone call, but also go online, fill out the application, and talk about and indicate a particular area. So
Yep.
if I mean, and do you have a general employment line or something like that? I'm not sure yet, but in that case, you would call. But if you do think, hey, I'm interested in gaming, do I need to know specifically what piece of gaming I'm interested in? Just say gaming, and then we'll figure out how to do the rest.
Yeah, you can pick. Yeah, you can pick any of the sites on there. It's all coming into one central place, and somebody from our screening team will help you figure it out.
And I also understand, Dana, that you that this is an opportunity for people. How do I put it? I lost my thought. But what I was that people should just know that this is real. This is not like theory, right? That's
yeah.
We emphasize that.
We're hiring every day. Yeah. And onboarding every day, and we have jobs today.
Yeah, I like that. I like that. Anything else people should know about thinking about this? Oh, I know what I was going to say. It just came back to me. You are the largest employer, I understand, now in Central New York. Is that a crown that you can safely say? Are we right and accurate to say that?
Well, we're within in Central New York. It depends on how you slice and dice it. There are some other big employers, but we're in the top 3 there. Yeah.
Okay, so you're in the mix.
Yes.
Yeah. You're in the mix. So onenterprises.com for the website, and then there's a place to navigate that says careers or jobs, and you can fill out that application there. The recruiter
button right there that says join our team, and you can sort and look through the jobs we have available. And again, not sure, just pick one.
Just pick one, but then we can get clarification later. And then there is the phone number, 315-829-8900.
That's correct.
If you need to call somebody directly and still fill out the application. So I think we covered it pretty much, Dana, unless there's something else you want to say about yourself, because I know you from another life. You also have some theater in you as well. So that's
I do.
I don't even know how you made time for that, going up and down throughway and doing theater. But
I don't know how I did anymore either. But,
so any other thing you want to add?
Yeah, no, other than I just think the Oneida Nation, we're a great family, a really big family. And there are many, many people, I think through the pandemic, one of the things we've heard the most from our employees is how much they respect the nation, and how much our employees felt taken care of during this time. And we really pride ourselves on creating that work environment and wanting to reflect not only the diversity of our business, but the diversity of our guests and our employees really in everything that we do. So
that's amazing. And people say, well, what about all the other stuff and the politics and all that? That's not this conversation. This conversation is about this conversation is about jobs and opportunities at the Oneida Nation Enterprises. So Dana Sovacool, Vice President of Human Resources, thank you so much for joining us on the program today. And we hope that the phone rings off the hook and
Me
that
too.
the website crashes. How about that?
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it.
It's
George, thank you so much for having me.
inspiration for the nation.